Hello, it's Thursday morning, January the 21st, and this is Mark from Life Renewed and from Ebenezer, and I'm glad you tuned in to us today so you could get this video blog. I'm really glad you're here. I'm sorry we've been kind of delayed in getting them out this week. We had some technical challenges and some other issues, and I just thank you for your patience. I do want to let you know that after this week, we're going to be reducing these down to 3 days a week, hopefully on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and hopefully you'll be able to follow along then too. If you remember last week, we talked a whole lot about grace, and that was God's grace to us because He's so abundantly considerate of us. He's mindful of us. He's thoughtful of us. He's engaged with us, and He's engaged with us not only emotionally, but He's engaged with us intellectually as well. His mind is engaged for us, and He considers us. But do you know that there's something about God, about you, I should say, that God does not consider? As a person who has trusted Jesus Christ as their personal Lord and Savior, a person who's confessed their sin, acknowledged their need for a Savior, and has trusted Christ as their Savior, there's something about you that God simply does not consider. Let me share it with you. In Psalm 32, verses 1 and 2, it says this: "How happy is he whose transgression is forgiven, whose sin is covered. How happy is the man to whom the Lord does not impute iniquity, and in whose spirit there is no deceit." Actually, the word he uses is not happy. The word in the New American Standard is how blessed. But to be blessed is to be made happy. How happy I have been made because my sin's forgiven and my sin's covered. And it says that the Lord does not impute iniquity. And the idea there in the word impute is that God doesn't consider it. When He's mindful of me and you as His sons and daughters, He doesn't take mind to our sin. He doesn't impute our sin to us. He does not consider it. As a matter of fact, in another place it says in the book of Micah, I think it is, in the book of Micah, God says that He casts our sin as far from us as the east is from the west. Or it's either there or in the Psalms in another place that God says that. The reality is that you and I both know, probably more people than we would like to realize, that simply will not forget what we did wrong. And unfortunately, there are some people in our lives that we really have a hard time forgiving and forgetting what they did wrong against us. Now listen, you know as well as I do that you can't make everything right that you've done wrong. I can't either. Why are you holding against someone else something that they can't make right with you? Why? Because you don't want God to hold against you those things that you've done wrong, but you hold something against someone else. And I love what Jesus said when He talked about the Lord's Prayer. He said, "Forgive us our trespasses as or like we forgive those who have trespassed against us." The reality is this: what Jesus was teaching is this, that God's forgiveness comes to us as we are willing to forgive others for the way that they've treated us. There's something very significant that God does not consider when He considers you, and that is your sin. And as you look at others this week, others that may have hurt you, others that may have sinned against you in ways that they can't make right, remember that that's exactly how you're called to live as well. Forgiveness is a choice, and it's a lifestyle. And I pray that you'll live that way. The Lord bless you. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye-bye.